Hi, I just came back from the theatres and I was watching the Nutcracker. It's not Christmas without watching the Nutcracker, isn't it? And I just noticed so much inaccurate theatre etiquette that it made me want to make a video as soon as I come back. So, just a quick showcase of what I wore today, and I want to talk a little bit about etiquette. Theatre etiquette specifically. So, the theatre is quite cold usually. So, when it's December and it gets a little chilly outside, I take my fur out and I just, put it over me. And I also have, then I'm wearing this, it's a vintage silk Robert Cavalli dress. Love it. I also had my gloves with me. So I wore my gloves with me. And these are the short summer gloves because it's still quite warm in Singapore. For shoes, I had my Ferragamo heels because they are my classic that I always wear them. They're in box leather, which makes me also carry my Ferragamo vintage box leather bag. And it has gold hardware. And because it has gold hardware, my accessories today, they're all gold. So I've got my gold rings as usual. I've got this gold dragonfly brooch. The fun thing about this brooch is that it's an actual dragonfly, and then they just dipped it in gold and created this. That's how it is. Very, very intricate, and I really like it. I was quite afraid of it in the past, but I started to realize how beautiful it is. Also, I didn't wear any necklace because I had my fur with me, and I also have my vintage Versace clip-on. I love them. I always wear them in wintertime. I don't know why. Anyway, I want to talk about etiquette. And I even wrote it down during intermission to write down a lot of my thoughts along the way. So I have a whole list over here and I'm going to go through them. But there are a few categories we're going to go through. The first one is very simple. It's what to wear. And I will talk about what to wear and what not to wear, primarily for women, then I'll also touch a little bit on for men. So what to wear? A few things you could consider wearing. The first one is a little black dress. So what I have today is a little black dress. It goes to just touching the top of my knees, and that's a little black dress. You could also wear long silky dresses. The last week I was in the theaters as well. I was watching ballet and I wore a silk wrap dress. A-line dress, they're very pretty. You want it a bit more semi-formal, not formal, semi-formal, but more than smart casual. So you also want like a blouse, not so much a t-shirt. I saw so many people wearing t-shirts and they're just quite inappropriate. I think the only time one could pull off a t-shirt is in Carrie Bradshaw in Sex and the City. She wear a Dior t-shirt with the Dior puffy ballet skirt. I think that could work, but it's not the most appropriate thing. Bodycon dresses are not appropriate. I don't care how fancy the brand is. Bodycon clothes, which is the one that just really clings onto your body and just hugs your calf, they're just not appropriate for the theaters. No tank tops. My goodness, I saw so many people with tank tops, and that's just not. There are a lot of places to wear tank tops, and the theaters is not one of them. Bareback is okay, but it might be too cold. However, don't wear anything too revealing. So no deep V. You're not attending a gala. You're not going to the red carpet. You don't have to wear things that's very showy. You don't want to show a lot of skin. It gets also quite cold in the theaters, even in summertime. So you want to look a little bit more modest. For men, suits are okay. Shirts, proper long sleeve shirts with a blazer, that's okay. It doesn't need to be suits. It could be like a linen blazer. That also works. Polo tees they're not really appropriate. It could potentially be okay if you wear it under a sweater, but polo tees are not really appropriate. It potentially depends on what you're going to watch, but in general, polo tees, I wouldn't recommend it. I know this sounds very, very, but luxurious material. I saw some people wearing, very plastic plastic looking polyester material. Things like you get out of Shein, you get out of really low quality materials. High quality materials, it moves with your body as you move around. It flows, it really enhances your presence. Low quality material diminishes your presence and it makes you look very sticky and fake. Oh, something that's also very nice to wear is ethnic clothes. So things like your qipao, your cheongsam, things like a sari, things like they're very nice Muslim clothes and Muslim outfits that I saw. And those are usually very pretty. It's appropriate to wear to an event or to the theaters like this. No denim. Please, no, don't wear denim. No denim shorts, no jeans, nothing denim, no denim bomber jacket. Just denim is not the right material to be wearing in the theater. Whether it's orchestra, it's ballet, it's a play, it's just not the right material to be in such a setting. Do wear a nice dress, but do not wear a ball gown. You're not the one dancing a waltz on stage. That's where you can wear a ball gown. But if you're an audience, you're just sitting down there, wearing a ball gown is just quite strange. It's just not appropriate. Also, that takes up quite a bit of space, and as much as you could have a box, it's still not like a throne for you to sit on. So no ball gowns, please. No leisure wear, no lounge wear, no athleisure. I can't believe I need to say this, but I saw people wearing pajamas-like loungewear. Loungewear, as suggests, is for lounging, and you lounge in the private space of your home or in a lounge area. You don't wear loungewear to the theaters, for example. As much as I say no jeans, you could wear trousers with a more structured fit. That's always very nice. Please iron your clothes. I saw many nice pieces, but they're just not ironed, and I think that's strange. No mini skirts, no mini dresses. Little black dresses are not mini dresses. Little black dresses go until your knee or slightly above your knee, but not like halfway down your thighs. If you sit down and you feel an urge to have to put something on your lap just to keep some modesty, that's too short. I sound like an old grandma, but there is some etiquette at different places. Colors. So black is good. A lot of people like to wear black. Black is good. Otherwise, solid muted pastel colors, they're also very good. Patterns can be good, stripes, polka dots, but you want to avoid things that's too loud, like a neon print or very loud logos just flashing off your body. You're not a billboard. You can be a billboard in other times of the day at other events, but not a billboard in the theater. It's just a bit strange. Material that I recommend: silk, chiffon, cotton, fur, wool, cashmere, linen in terms of blazer, but nothing that screams polyester or it seems to look very polyester like. Bags. Oof. So I can't believe I need to say this, but small bags, please. I think small handbags like this, they're okay. Those micro mini bags, they're also okay. You don't want to bring a huge bag. You're not robbing a bank. You don't need a big bag. What are you gonna put in there? Don't bring a laptop bag. Don't bring your laptop with you. I saw this lady with a laptop bag and a huge bag. The thing is, in the theater, the seats are very small. Again, even if you have a box, the seats are not that huge. And there aren't a lot of places to put your bag. If you want, you can put it in a cloakroom, but don't bring it to the theaters with you and put it on your chair, put it on in front where people have to pass. It's just bad manners. Keeping warm. So the theaters can get very cold. I've been in summertime, in wintertime, in Singapore, in a few other countries, and it gets quite chilly inside. So a few things you can bring to keep warm, because you don't have to wear like long sleeves everywhere you go all the time. Like today I have short sleeves. I can see my shoulders, it's not covering my shoulders, so I have a little shawl with me just in case it gets too cold. So this is an etro scarf that I have. It's made of very, very fine silk, and I love it. It's thin enough to keep me warm, but it's not bulky enough that I need to bring a huge bag. So some things you could consider to keep warm: scarves, shawls, stoles, cape, fitted blazers, thin cardigan. So I've got like very thin cardigans that kind of just drapes over your body. It's very beautiful and it's not too large. You can just keep it in a small bag as well. You could tie around a small bag, but do not do like big hoodies. Do not do thick hoodies. I saw someone having a puffer jacket as well. I don't think that's appropriate. Maybe in winter time, but also when you're indoors, you don't really wear puffers indoors. So I don't understand. I don't know if it's a me problem or it's people not understanding etiquette anymore. But please, puffers are for outside, not for inside. And those thick hoodies, those jumpers, it depends on the jumper. Some jumpers are okay, like especially Christmas jumpers during the Nutcracker, that's appropriate. But you know those like school t-shirts, school jumpers, or these like Gap jumpers, those big thick jumpers with brand, or jumpers that look like you're just going to sleep in, they're just not appropriate. Shoes. So I got a box today, and the box usually has 4 seats, or the box I had 4 seats, and clearly I didn't take all the seats, I just took 1 seat. The 3 people beside me actually, they were dressing very inappropriately. And it actually prompted me to create this list. Sorry ladies. I don't want to talk about these girls, but they inspire me to write this down and make this video to share with other people. Maybe they're just not educated enough about this. Shoes. Kitten heels, stilettos, broad heels, but no sport shoes, no slippers, no sandals. Can you believe one time I was watching Swan Lake and someone came to the theaters in slippers. Another person came in sandals. I don't care if you're using the Hermes Oran slippers. They're slippers. They're for the beach. They're not for going to the theaters. I get that there are a lot of very nice fancy sandals, but again, they are for summertime, they're for outdoors, they're not indoors for the theaters. Hair. Again, I cannot believe I need to describe this. So some hairstyles you can consider if you have long hair. So a slick back bun. So sometimes I just bun it up, just like a ballerina bun. Half up, half down. So something similar to this, half of it is up. Instead of tying it up, I'm just pinning it up and I have a ribbon at the end. You can also have it pinned up. So sometimes I just have it as a pin-up bun with a hairpin, or I just have bobby pins in there like a French bun. A nice blowout hair is also good. I saw a lot of ladies with really beautiful blowout hairs and they look very stunning with their outfit all put together. You can also let your hair down, but it needs to be neat and not, you know, hair all over your face, because that's just, you don't carry yourself well. Just no oily, greasy hair. Also, if you're into hats, as I am, do not bring your big hats. I know there are some nice big hats that you can wear during dinner time or night time, but don't wear them. Wear smaller hats. I do have like a smaller hat, almost like a beret kind of thing. Much tinier, it just fits on your head. And you want that because you don't want to be blocking people's view. You have to be a considerate audience as well for other people. And lastly, and I'm going to finish this, just etiquette of how to behave in the theaters. Firstly, pictures only before, after the show has ended, never during. This is in the orchestra, this is in a play, this is in an opera, this is in a ballet, this is in a dance. You do not take pictures or videos when the performance is ongoing. You take it before they start or after, where they come out and, you know, they bow or they give thanks to the performers. No food in theaters. No food. No alcohol, including champagne, you do not bring into the theaters. Only water. You can just buy bottled water outside and then you bring it and consume water in the theaters. It's just part of etiquette, right? You don't want to be hearing chewing sound or smelling all these strange food. It's very inappropriate. At the same time, one time I went to watch, I forgot what I watched, but it was a ballet. And there's a couple beside me. The men smelled like alcohol. This was just started. It was like a 7 p.m. show. a 7 p.m. performance, and the person beside me, like the male of the couple, he smelled like alcohol. It was horrible. I think he was completely drunk and wasted, and I feel so bad for his partner. She seemed to be enjoying it, and he seemed to be dragged along. So don't get drunk, and it's just good social behavior. I can't believe I need to explain this. Speak softly. So speak softly during intermission, before the show starts, and when the show is ongoing, do not talk. One time, I think that this was beginning of the year, I was watching Swan Lake. I watched a lot of Swan Lakes this year. I think I watched like 5 or 6 Swan Lakes. And there's this mother, Chinese mother, telling her kid, I think she was explaining stuff to him along while the performance was going on. She was so loud and so noisy. It was completely inconsiderate. And a family told her off. I also told her off during intermission, and I think she left after a while. It's inappropriate. If you want to chat while watching, watch on YouTube. Have it in your private place. Speak to the person beside you while you're in your own private space. Don't disturb others. It's just not the right thing to do. You can clap after a performance. I think this is it seems to be quite unusual to some people, but at least for ballet, you have different scenes and different acts within the scenes, or different scenes within the acts. And so between them, you could clap, especially when the performance is really, really tough. So you don't have to clap just only as they change the different acts or scenes. Oh my goodness, be on time. Please be on time. Punctuality is a virtue. Be on time, be early, and do not enter when it's just the inappropriate time to enter. You enter before it starts, you enter during intermission, but once the show has started, do not enter. I don't understand why the security guards are allowing people to enter as well. It's just rude. Also, you can bring a binoculars or Oculus. So when I was in Georgia, took a little box thing as well. That box was a little bit bigger. It could sit up to 16 people. 16 people. So it's 4, 4, 4, 4. But only 4 people were in this little box. And the 2 ladies beside us, they had a little binoculars to really enjoy the performance. So sometimes you can sit all the way in front, but sometimes when the stage is really grand, you wanna sit upstairs and in a little, like a balcony situation, and you have a binoculars to really appreciate the art a bit more. So it's up to you. You can sit all the way in front. Last week I sat all the way in front because I was watching Cinderella last week, and it was fantastic. I could see the performance, I could see the expression. It was really funny. But I think something like Nutcracker or something like Swan Lake or something like Cinderella, it's better to sit a bit further so you could watch the entire performance. It's a little bit less of a drama, and it's a bit more dance acts within it than like Cinderella. It's a little bit more of a storytelling. So the seats depends on the show, depends on the layout of the place, and usually when a theater is for ballet, the configuration is amazing. If it's just a regular theater for arts, then maybe you want to see the layout first to determine where you want to sit. So yeah, that's just a little rant about theater etiquette, and hopefully whoever that needs theater etiquette or whoever's going to theater for the first time, you can watch this and get some ideas so that you know how to be a good audience and a good participant, and you don't embarrass yourself. Till then, I'll see you next time. Bye!